Hey guys, Morten Åstad here. Welcome to my channel. Thanks for looking in, as it were. I was at the Rock and Rolls second-hand record store the other day, and I ended up picking up some Swedish stuff. And on my way out, I had to walk from the Scandinavian bins along either back where I came from or walk around, and then inadvertently walking past the Norwegian bins. And I thought, it is a bit of a shame that I only have one vinyl record and one CD by Tusmørke, the Norwegian prog rockers there, that I do have a little bit of a connection with, that I used to work with, and I'm friends with Benny Dictator from the band. And as some of you who have followed me for a while know, I did a contest this summer, pushed to 650 subscribers, which went fine, and I shipped off a Tusmørke record to the winner all the way up there in the wilds of Canada, Wither Canada. But I thought I really ought to have I have a wish list with most of their records, probably all of them, and I saw this beauty, and I grabbed it and I bought it. What am I looking for here? I'm looking for my cheat sheet. Yeah. Anyway, so I grabbed this. One of the reasons that I grabbed this one in particular, they had several others, but this one always caught my eye when I looked at it because I love the artwork on this. I mean, the artwork on the records is excellent, and often anything from fairy tale sweet to dark and foreboding, or just damn right, okay, what's going on here then? But this one is probably my favorite. So this is called Bydyra, the city animals, and you can see the cover here. Isn't that gorgeous? So this album cover has been drawn by Tore Hansen. He is a very well-known artist, spanning from book illustrations, cartoons, print art. He's a writer himself, and I just love his work so much. And I just want to hold this out. So look at this. I just think this is so stunning. Så Bydyrene på nye eventyr. The city animals on new adventures. And so the thing about this one, which is really kind of cool, of course, being a Scandinavian boy, or I guess Scandinavian girls my age also grew up with that. I was read to by my father from eventyrbøker. Fairy tale books, Asbjørnsen og Mo, which I thought was kind of scary. A lot of Swedish stuff. My mom, through my mom, but also because it's always been a part of Scandinavian, or especially Norwegian folklore, and so I remember a lot of that. And the thing about this record is that it's a fairy tale and a musical of sorts for children by a contemporary Norwegian prog rock band. And that is what I find so alluring about Tusmørke, is that they did sort of drag me in and they have these aspects of 1970s folk and rock and folk rock and prog rock, and just plain old almost hard rock at times, that has a very Norwegian early 70s feel to them. And I remember going to, plays and concerts that were like, they would have like a play section for the children while the adults stood in front of the stage and listened to some artist and or poetry and stuff like that. And not necessarily from my parents, but from my older siblings as well. And some of my friends from the street I lived, and then my first years in school, because the parents of my friends were often quite a bit younger than my parents, and when I hear Tusmørke's music and see their the way they look and how they perform and so on, it's very evocative of that. But and also it brings me, and you can say Jethro Tull, and you can talk about other folk music like that and stuff, of course. But there's also this evocative, and I don't know if they would agree with me, feeling like this when I hear their music, but I'm brought back to my early childhood memories of watching Swedish children's television, which had a very socialistic, psycho-realistic, almost psychologically torturous effect on children. I don't think you would get away with making some of the stuff that they did back then. And they would also make these Christmas calendars on Swedish television. One episode each day from the 1st of December until the 24th. And some of them were very sweet little Christmas stories, and that. But some of them, sometimes they hired in some guys who, I'm not entirely sure that Swedish television programmers kept up with what these people were doing until it actually was broadcast. Either that, or someone from Socialistpartiet, the Swedish Socialist Party, told these guys to stay away because they would pull their funding or something. So one of the better examples, which is when I heard some of the tracks from here, and it made me think about going to the cinema when I was probably 3-4 years old, very young. But this was before I started school. I wasn't in kindergarten because my mom was a stay-at-home whatever. And 1974 it came out, so I would have been 3. And I think, I just have a remembering of, I think I went to a cinema which is up at a place called Lambertseter, which was then the newest cinema we had in Oslo, called Symra. And I saw this one, Dunderklumpen, which is it's a wonderful animated film, and it takes place in it's filmed in the real woods. It starts at the stuga, a cabin in the woods with real people. And then we get this. I think the very first characters we see that are animated are little humble bumblebees. Where it's with a very wonderful actor, Beppe Wolgers, and did he play the dad of Pippi Longstocking? And I'm trying to. Yeah, it's manuscript and song lyrics by Beppe Wolgers, and the cartoonist, wonderful cartoonist who did some other stuff, Carl-Bertil Jonsson's Jul, Pierre Olin, and there's nothing quite like this. This is just wonderful, and yeah, it's sort of evocative of Tusmørke and Bydyra. Before I forget it, so the songs here in it's yeah, it's a children's musical, but it's about the financial crisis. It's about environment, about threats to all kinds of grown-up subjects, which is something which is highly under threat right now. This is from 2017, so this is pretty much the middle of their recording career. They had an earlier EP, but I think this is their 6th studio album out of now 12. So we're very much in the middle there, and like I said, I need to get more of their stuff, and I need to go and see them live. But I am been going through some things the last couple of years, so I'm not always in the shape or the mood to go out to concerts. And they were actually playing at a festival across the street on, I think it was Friday or Saturday last week, in an old church, which is now a concert venue. But they were playing like in a festival, and so if I was to have seen only them, I would have had to pay $120 for one day's ticket of event. So that was a bit much. But yeah, like I said, I just love their music and everything. But another. I grabbed the wrong film. You know something? I don't actually have it here. It doesn't look like it. I thought I had Vilse I pannkakan, which is a fairly disturbing piece of Swedish 1970s psycho, unrealistic children's torture by Staffan Westerberg. But I don't have it here. I might have brought it to Denmark in order to torture myself for Christmas instead. Yeah, this was not that. But here's another example of tre odödliga hjältar är tillbaka. Tårtan, the cake, which is also a very odd thing to show for children. 3 former sailors who are dismissed and get off after years outside of Sweden on ships, etc., and ends up buying and subsequently screwing up a cake shop. Very, very typical in a way of the day. And these are maybe not related. I just wanted to show you some other examples of Swedish television, children's television that I grew up with. And det här är Kalles klätterträd. Now we only had one Norwegian channel, and then we had the 2 Swedish. So a lot of us kids would watch both Swedish and Norwegian children's TV. I remember being much more inclined to watch the Swedish stuff because it was better made. I could hear Swedish spoken, which I didn't get around the house then. I would sort of speak Swedish with my mom, but she didn't seem that keen on it. And here's another great one. This is Trasan Apansson. It's another hero of mine there, with the Electric Banana Band. Just great. Lasse Åberg, Claes, vad den heter, Claes Möllberg är det väl han heter, de 2 här. Fantastic Swedish, good memory. And here's also one I just want to show you. Hur bär du dig åt människa, med Lasse Åberg. Precursor to some stuff he did later. He became really famous all over Scandinavia with his movie Sällskapsresan, about a group of Swedes going on a charter holiday to Spain, alongside with one Norwegian joining them, Jon Skolman. All of this came rushing back in a way when I was sitting listening to Tusmørke and Bydera. We had Norwegian children's television that also screwed up your mind, like Pumpel and Pilt and some other stuff with words being repeated again by. I'm sure they look nice, these puppets that they made, but I'm not entirely sure they were aware of how these things would look in black and white, because when it was broadcast, everyone had black and white televisions, and these things looked like your worst nightmare. And that the Swedes did some of the same things with some of those characters that they had for children's program, with this little girl and this crocodile, alligator, and all these things. They scared the crap out of the kids and scarred them for years. But all of this sort of came back, rushing back with this excellent, wonderful album. Just look at the artwork. Check out Tusmørke. Please do. Especially if you like prog music and folk and other instruments than the usual fare, and don't mind listening to things that isn't necessarily in a language you understand. I'm often a person who listens to music and can go, a long time before I register what's being sung, because the lyrics have never been. For some bands, it's not that important, but here, when it's Norwegian, it's rather difficult not to get dragged into that for me. But that was just an example that you can listen to music without understanding a word that's being sung. So anyway, guys, sorry about being a sort of a little bit all over the place with this, but this music made me go a little bit all over the place, and so I had some lovely memories, and went back and looked at some of these old Swedish children's things that I've owned for many years now, and it was a lovely time. Anyway, so thanks to the guys in Tusmørke for that as well. If you liked this video, please click like. I hope you would like to, subscribe. That makes me happy, and I hope to see you soon in another video. Bye.